friends. We are inside the Lyndon Baines Johnson Presidential Library, and they have a special exhibit on Motown. So guess what we're going to do today? Explore Motown. Daze with Jordan the Lion begins now. So here, this is great. It looks like they're honoring people even beyond Motown. Some Ella Fitzgerald, some Ray Charles. Who knows what we'll see in here? This should be great. Look at this painting. This is just amazing. The Temptations right there. Smokey Robinson. That's so great. The Supremes. Stevie. The Jackson 5 right there. And Marvin Gaye. There's Berry Gordy, the founder. The Four Tops. I love the Four Tops. And then in part of that before Motown history that they're showing off, they've got, check that out, Billie Holiday's stole. It's got the head and everything on it still. It's kind of crazy. As well as some early photos. And then there's her passport. Stamped December 2nd, 1956. Then here we have B.B. King's notebook. Now is the time. Looks like a set list, kind of. There's a photo of Sam Cooke. And that's also Sam Cooke and his friends, and it says, "Don't drop out, hang out." Let's take a look at this case. Over here we have Ray Charles. His 1960s stage costume. And then right next to it, that denim one is James Brown, Godfather of Soul. Definitely looks like his style, doesn't it? And the guitar is B.B. King's. It's not a Lucille, but we have B.B. King's costume attire, or his stage attire here. That suit. Always a snappy dresser. And then the gown is Ella Fitzgerald's gown, and her wig above it. And down below, that's B.B. King's amplifier as well. King of the Blues. 1950s era. Ella Fitzgerald's 1959 Academy of Recording Arts and Science Award. Her Grammy. She won this for Best Jazz Performance. That's a great poster, look at that. Beacon Theater in New York, B.B. King, Muddy Waters, Bobby Blue Bland, Symphony Hall. And then there's a photo of Motown. I vlogged Motown about a year ago too, if you want to go see that. And this guitar belongs to Ray Parker Jr., same guy who did the Ghostbusters theme. But it says that he was a guitar player for the Temptations, Spinners, Stevie Wonder, and other Motown artists. Ray Parker can be heard on The Wonders Talking Book and Inner Visions album. And of course, the Ghostbusters theme. And then there's the loan paperwork that Berry Gordy took out from Motown, 1959. And then of course, if you saw my Motown vlog, you know that before Berry Gordy got into music, he was a boxer. And that's him in that program. And this is showing all the different labels that Berry Gordy owned, because at the time you could only have a certain amount of songs per label on the radio, so Berry Gordy figured out if you started up more record labels and, you know, basically had a little like subdivision, then you could release more hits. Oh yes, look, the Four Tops tuxes. Sounds like somebody's singing in here. Look at that. Those are great. Yep, those are the Four Tops. And then this is the Temptations outfits. Take a look at those. Those are incredible. All the way down to the scarf. It's crazy. Different time. They were the most successful of the 1960s Motown groups. There's Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. And then these are the costumes of the Miracles. You can see there's that one dress right there in the middle. Here's a news clipping of the Miracles out front of Hitsville, USA. And here's Stevie Wonder's harmonica, Super 64X harmonica. And here's Stevie Wonder's clavinet. Take a look at that. Think how many hits he would have played on that. And then these were the Supremes. These were called the butterfly outfits. Take a look at those. Aren't those amazing? Wow. When I walked in, I said, well, this will be a lot of fun because when you go to Motown, you can't film any of this stuff in there. And they told me that these are all private collections that were orchestrated through the Grammy Museum, so I'm glad they did this. They have some really amazing costumes here. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Like this, Michael Jackson's Jackson 5 outfit from the 1970s. Look at that. Look at the detail on there. Isn't that crazy? And then even the legs. So this is really great. They have an entire Jackson 5 collection right there. Now these are pretty intricate. They all say J5 all over them. You can see right there on the jacket, on the sleeves, on the legs. Sequins everywhere. And then that would have, wow, that's different. Pretty cool, huh? Look at that. You can see the J5 right there. Now this maternity gown belonged to Mary Wilson. But then the other gowns in this case that we're going to see are the Supremes. Take a look at those. Pretty hot. This would have been Diana Ross. And this is a photo of the Supremes at Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s funeral.
That's really good.
And there's the Supremes with Smokey. And some of the later history of the Commodores performing at the Greek Theater. Lionel Richie. And that's El DeBarge. It says, like the Jackson 5, DeBarge was a family group signed to Motown in 1978. Later, El DeBarge, known as El, began a solo career. And then, of course, you can't forget the Wiz. Now, this is kind of cool. I'm a huge I was when I was a kid. I was a huge Boyz II Men fan, and in fact, that was my very first concert when they were a 4-piece. Here they have, once they became a 3-piece, their golden tuxedos. Very nice. Boyz II Men became one of the R&B's most popular touring acts, never losing sight of Motown's soul and its influence in the group. And this is a greatest hits collection from Motown, housed in a commemorative Motown replica box of the house. And then this gown belongs to Jennifer Lopez, and I was kind of confused as to why it was here, and then I read the card and it said that she performed a Motown medley at the Grammy Awards. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that. This was a real thrill for me. I love seeing all those costumes and just kind of reminiscing through the history. Always have loved Motown ever since I was little, so hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did. Have a great night. We'll see you all later. Goodbye.